Hello, and welcome to R Basics. In this module, I will show you how to navigate the RGui. At this point, I assume you have the R binaries installed on your laptop, along with the RGui interface. So let's begin. The RGui interface consists of three things: a console, a menu, and a toolbar. R is driven by typing commands into the console window. Console commands are then interpreted after pressing Enter. So let's take a look. At the top of the RGui, you have the menu. What I suggest is you spend some time looking at the menu to get familiar with it. Below it is the toolbar. The toolbar is composed of buttons. Each button executes one command. These commands are all a subset of the commands in the menu. The advantage of the toolbar is that it's just one click to execute the command. Down below it, you have the console. The console is where you will enter your statements. Now, to begin, you can use the console to do simple arithmetic like you're using a calculator, for example. Like so. However, once we start entering statements, we need to be aware of certain rules. So let's take a look at this statement down here, the statement here. Standard mathematical rules are applied towards how the command is interpreted. R evaluates the items in parentheses first. Multiplication division is done first, followed by addition and subtraction. R ignores spaces, but spaces are often used for reading clarity. Now next, I'd like to introduce you to assignments and objects. In R, the widely preferred assignment operator is the left arrow made from two characters, the less than sign and the minus sign. There are two other assignment operators, the right arrow and equal sign. I'll give you some examples of how to use each one. To start out, let's examine how to use the left arrow. So now, before I start, the results of calculations can be stored in objects, also known as variables, for use in later calculations. So let's create an object called x1, and we will input the result of that statement into it, and it gives us a value of 10. Then we're going to create object x2, and we're going to input the results of this statement here, and the value of that will be 12.375. So now at this point, you can add the two objects, x1 plus x2, and it gives you the result that you'd expect, 22.375. In this page, I want to show you that in using the right arrow to make assignments, you put the object on the right and you put the statement on the left, right here. In this case, we're creating the object x3. Now, if we're going to use the equal sign, we put the object that we're creating on the left along with the equal sign, followed by the statement, and that'll give us the assignment that we want. And you'll notice that the results of both these calculations are the same, which they should be. Now, regarding object names, there's also rules around this. Object names can contain the letters A through Z, either caps or non-caps, and the letters 0 through 9. The only other characters allowed are the period and the underscore. Object names are case sensitive and must not begin with a number, nor a period followed by a number. Now in this slide, I want to show you some additional commands. Now, as part of the R installation, you get standard packages installed on your machine. A package is a module containing commands. What you see down here on this slide are some examples of a few commands. Like, for example, on this statement right here. This statement is using the concatenate command to create a one-dimensional vector called x. Now, we can take x and we can square it and assign that to the object y. And then if you want to see the contents of y, just type it, hit return, and you'll see its contents. Now, as part of the standard package, you also have the command to create a mean. In this case, mean of y, of the object y. You have a command to calculate the variance. In this case, a variance of y. You have a command to calculate the standard deviation of y. And then we can also, the plot function is also part of the standard package. And then also here I'm showing you the remove command to remove objects created by R. So let's just illustrate this a little bit deeper. So I'm going to copy that, paste it into the RGui. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and square X, put it into Y. Now I'm going to create a plot. And you see the plot on the right. Now you'll notice this pane right here is the one that's active, and because it's active, the menu here is different than what you saw before. Now if I click on the R console window, the menu switches back to the R console menu. Now let's go back to the plot. Let's say that you want to save the plot. You can do it two ways. You can click here on File and save as one of these types of files, or you can click on Copy to Clipboard and copy one of these two types of file types, and then you can paste it into a document like a PowerPoint, for example, or a Word document. All right. So let's go back to the slides. I've just showed you how to save a graph. Now, there are some demos that are available as part of your R installation. So we're going to illustrate a couple. So if you type in demo followed by SO, what you see is these are the demos that are available to you. So let's do a demo on graphics. You hit enter, hit enter again, enter a third time, and then you start to see these examples of the types of plots that are available with the standard commands that you have in your R installation. Now when you're done with the plots, just close it. Let's go back to the slides. I want to show you a bit more. The help function. There are a couple of different ways to look for help in the RGui. I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to ask for help on the graphics function. Doesn't like the capital H. What happened is a web page was launched, and it says for a complete list of functions with individual help pages, use this statement here. So we're going to copy this statement, and then we're going to execute that in the RGui. And now we've gone now a level deeper. Okay, now let's go even one level deeper. So help points. And you get a web page, and here you get the documentation on adding points to a plot. So you can see how to use the help function. Now let's say you're at the point where you want to execute R. You want to exit from R. There's several different ways you can do it. You can, over here, you can type quit, left and right paren. You can type Q, left and right paren. You can do file, exit. The last way is simply to close everything. Save workplace image. I'm going to say no. If you say yes, you will save the commands that you entered, plus any variables, any objects that you created. Now, at this point, you've completed this module. I want to thank you for viewing R Basics. I'd like to point out to you that another module that I think would be very helpful to those that are learning R would be a module called Creating Scripts in the RGui. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a good day.